Okay, so this is everything that I'm going to be showing. I'm selling the whole thing together and I'm gonna get more detailed. Right here is gonna be all of the acrylics I have, from Valentino to Fantasy Nails. I have a lot of collections of those. I have over 20 of them, over 25. Glam and Glitz, if you know about brands. Mia's Secret, those are right here, and some of these are brand new. There's the more fantasy nails, the organic cover, more Valentino. There's a bunch of little collections. Here's the nail cutter. There's brand new of like those blades and stuff. There's multiple on here. I have all of the samples already made for the acrylics. All the nudes, they're all labeled so it's easier. The collections again, you have from gold, from rose, your pastels every season, honestly every color. Moving on to the decoration, you have all of this, little stickers, tattoos, everything from foil. There's like designer foil. There's like some examples, some more stickers, a bunch of foil. These are acrylics that I made myself for decorating with clear powder. There's more stuff there. Here are more examples. These are the ones that I made. These are all of your foils. You have your Chanel, your Versace, your Gucci, Louis Vuitton, your Supreme, literally everything. You have these. And then over here you have the little paints that you would do for designs. Your chrome colors, these are just the samples for the silvers, the grays, but there's more. Your Hailey Bieber ones, your unicorn. There's a bunch of little stuff for decoration. Here you have the stuff for manicure nails. You have your little sterile bags, the things you put on the fingers when you're removing the nails for your manicure, soaking your client's nails. These little wood thingies are in a Ziploc bag. They're to remove the cuticles. You have your cotton. This is one of my favorites. These are all your little decorations from rhinestones. Here is this little set right here to pick up the crystals, to put the finger in there for the pixie dust and stuff. You have, these are bigger than it looks like on the picture on the phone. These are smaller. The little jars, they're separated by sizes. You have these, and here you have the actual Swarovski ones. You can see there's like a different shine to these, and there's the different colors. Same thing with these. These are the bigger ones. So yeah, so you can kind of see here, there's a bunch of these. So then down here you have from your manometers to disinfect, for the pencil, like the spray, acetone for your cuticle. You have the big gallons, the smaller ones to reuse, like that one right there. Your acetone, the little ones. Some of these are labeled, like if you want to take your manicurist testing, get licensed for it. These are to practice, obviously, your hands, or making for samples, so have something to show to your patients or your clients. You have this big one right here. This one, the nice thing about it is you could pretend this is your client. You hook this onto your desk or your table, wherever you're working. This is a flexible hand that you can move, and it includes the tips so you can change them out. There's two lights, two UV lights, LED lights. You have the drill. These are just little empty containers in case you want to make your own little decorations later on. These are all of your gels. These are so freaking pretty. They're all numbered, and of course I have all the samples made already. Trying to focus this. They're all labeled on here. I think I'm missing one of these samples. I need to find it, but the other one should have like your blues and pinks and all of those pastels, yellowy colors, because like for example these right here, all of those, I need to find that one, so I'll include that too. And like not even halfway done. Then you have this little jar right here. It's like a little box you can just carry more stuff for decorations, for your drills. If you know anything about nails already, these are by numbers, so you have your little softer ones, a little bit more aggressive. These little trays come out of here. There's butterflies, stars, hearts, more on here. There's like the little stones. And then you have the little pickups for all of them to be able to pick all that stuff. These are like your old-fashioned way to make nails, but I know some people still do it. These are for your stamps, more for your drills, all disposable. These are all the burrs. This one's brand new. You can see this one is new too. You have more in here. Over here, there's more gels. I mean, these are brand new, like that back one over there. You have these, the little dust thingies. There's more stuff in here. This is for the rhinestones. You have your little like cups in your dish. You have that little crown one on top. This stuff is new. This is to practice. If you know about this, you take off those little top ones and you can use this or something sticky to put a fake nail on and pretend like you're practicing. Well, pretend like you're doing it on somebody, really. If you ever want to create your own powders, there's this little marbles here. There's this little ring when you're doing designs or just, you know, painting and stuff. You can wear this on here. There's more decoration stuff right there. So these are inspos. I left this on here for rhinestones in case you don't know how to do it. There's some inspo on there, some more stuff. These are the things you use to pick up all the little rhinestones. Some of these are brand new, so should be very easy to pick up. One thing about me, I am a girl with options, so when it comes to drawing and doing the French tip and just decorating, I was going to have options. So again, this thing right here, it's literally brand new. I buy like one of each size, each color. Another little fancy duster and stuff. You have a bunch of those pencils to apply the acrylic. There is like number 8, number 10, number 2, number 4. You can see like the sizes. Some of these are brand new too. There's 2 of these. I think that's an 8 and a 10 also. Now all of your nails, of course, you have the straight square tips. Those are really sturdy. They're longish. You have these, and then you have them in the darker color on the clear one, the natural ones. There is options. There's stilettos, also both shades, the clear or the non-clear. There's more gel polishes over there, some alcohol tints, acrylic. All of those right there are to do designs in literally every color you can think of. We have the nail files. All of these are freaking brand new. Literally all of them. Your buffers, some more buffers. These are new too. They're like, you know, still like that. And then there's some more. Oh my gosh. Now these are for fun, but it comes very helpful. These are to make all of your samples. So like those that I showed earlier over there, or even like the smaller one, because there's different ones. This is what they're for. You have like these colors. These I would just use to practice on. The clear ones so you can have samples for your clients. The black ones are really good for like chrome, things that you want to stand out. The smaller ones you can use them for like your shellacs, something a little bit more simple, your whites. And then if you decide to buy more, or just in general, there's more of these different sizes. These I have bought them because the client wanted a full nail on their nail, so they're by sizes too, so it's not a tip, it's like the actual whole nail. You have it in clear, you have it in white, the little sticky thingies, if that's what they want, if they just want their nails done for like the night or something. And then if you're a newbie, this is what you can use to practice. So you can practice like the size of your acrylic block, your shapes, sizes, some 3D. So this is very like beginner friendly, and it just helps with like keeping your hands steady, honestly. Some gloves, and then this is part of the luggage, which by the way, these, if you don't know, it turns into a luggage, so it's like a cosmetic luggage. So for example, that would be the bottom part, and then that one right there, this one and that one stack up together, and then this goes on top. So when you close it, it's literally like a box. And I can include a picture at the end so you can understand. So all of this together, it's going to be sold together. Lastly, to wrap up this video, I just wanted to say that if you know anything about nails, you know that it is pricey, okay? For the luggage that I mentioned earlier, it's actually 2 of them. So This one right here, it's one, so it goes like with those. This one is another one, so that's the one that goes along with that one. And then like that one, it's two of those. If you look them up on Amazon, depending which one you get, but for example, that one and like different ones, like the black ones, they're over $100, almost 120. So you're getting two, it's already $200. You know that your gels too, if you buy those individually or even here, those are pretty expensive. The rhinestones, oh my gosh, especially this Roski, that little jar that I showed earlier, that is worth $300 in there. You can get those at Michael's. You normally buy them like in 4s, 5s, depending who you get them from. That's like $25. That little hand right there. Okay, so I don't want low ballers, like no offense, but I added everything up together, and if you know about nails, you know it's expensive. Everything added almost to $7,000, so 6,000 and like 800 around there. So I did the math, and I'm gonna put down below how much I'm asking for. Again, I'm selling the whole thing. It's up to you what you do with it, but preferably I really truly want to give this to somebody that wants to start off their business from the bottom up, because you're literally like being handed a business in a luggage, in 2 luggages. So you have everything that you need. You should have absolutely every single thing that a person would need. Again, like there's always new trends, new things, so it can change, but at least you'll be ready to go with literally everything, which is pretty crazy. I almost forgot to mention, this box in here has stuff pre-made already. Like if you're interested in doing your testing, my mom made these, but obviously you want to recheck them and make sure the guidelines are different specifically for like 2025. You do want to take advantage of that.